Many of you most likely already know what the Loch Ness monster Nessie is, but many may not know about how the authorities have handled the beast. Interestingly, throughout the years, those in higher positions, such as police chiefs to even those in parliament, have sought to protect the beast. Before we get into several accounts of authorities protecting the beast, here's a quick rundown on what Nessie is. The Loch Ness monster, known as Nessie, is a legendary cryptid said to inhabit Loch Ness, a deep freshwater lake in the Scottish Highlands. Descriptions of the creature vary, but it is often depicted with humps, a long neck, and a snake-like head, sometimes resembling a prehistoric plesiosaur. Sightings date back over 1,500 years, with a surge in global attention beginning in 1933. While most scientific studies attribute the phenomenon to hoaxes or misidentifications, Nessie remains one of the most enduring and famous mysteries in cryptozoology. And what we're going to cover in this video are some very interesting incidents of authorities protecting Nessie as if it was real. Over the years, local authorities in Scotland have occasionally intervened, officially and unofficially, to help protect Nessie from harm or exploitation. During the 1930s, during the height of the Nessie craze, news spread globally over paper, amid a frenzy of monster hunters going after the beast, with those from around the world seeking to catch it. It seems authorities were concerned for the actual creature. By December 1933, newspapers like the Dundee Courier reported that local police had been called in as guardians to the monster with a hands-off approach, effectively warning against mistreatment. A written question in the UK House of Commons asked whether the government intended to investigate Nessie's existence. The Secretary of State for Scotland replied, "There appears to be no reason to suspect the presence of any baneful monster in Loch Ness. Further researches are properly a matter for the private enterprise of scientists." This statement implicitly discouraged official intervention or aggressive measures in 1933. As the monster hunts continued, William Fraser, the chief constable of Inverness Shire, became concerned about armed Nessie hunters. On August 15th, 1938, he actually wrote an official report stating that there is some strange creature in Loch Ness now, seems beyond a doubt, but made it clear the police have no power to protect it. He warned that a London hunting party led by Peter Kent and Marion Sterling had arrived in the area with a custom-made harpoon gun, determined to capture the monster alive or dead. The chief constable took action. He warned the hunters of the desirability of having the creature left alone, even urging the government to establish official protection for the monster, specifically requesting Parliament to confirm Nessie's existence and consider legal protections for it. Although Parliament decided not to do that, the chief constable and his men genuinely felt responsible for Nessie's safety. Even seeing the official paper he wrote to Parliament. This is my favorite piece of evidence that perhaps Nessie was real. Authorities in the area were convinced it was real and sought higher level legal protections for it. I would say that's pretty damned evidence. Police took action yet again in 1972, when a supposed monster carcass was fished out of Loch Ness. A team from Flamingo Park Zoo in Yorkshire had dumped a 18-foot animal corpse into the Loch Ness as a prank, trying to pass it off as Nessie. When it was found, the corpse was loaded into a truck to be taken away for analysis. After getting word of this, police quickly intervened, stopping the vehicle and seizing the creature's corpse under a special 1933 Act of Parliament that forbids removing any unidentified creatures from the Loch Ness. The corpse was examined to ensure the real Nessie wasn't being taken away. But it was found that the corpse was a bull elephant seal with its whiskers shaved to make it look monstrous. Zoo staff confessed to the hoax, explaining it was a dead seal from a recent expedition. Although the corpse was a hoax to get more people to go to the zoo, to take advantage of the Nessie craze, like they literally planned to have a Nessie exhibit with the corpse. The fact police confiscated the corpse immediately and analyzed it themselves goes to show action was to be taken in case the real thing was found. In 2001, amid renewed international interest in finding Nessie, Scottish authorities took a proactive conservationist approach. The Scottish Natural Heritage, SNH, the government wildlife agency there, convened a Loch Ness environmental panel and developed a code of practice for monster hunters aimed at protecting the loch's wildlife and any monster from harm. This was prompted by a planned expedition that year by a Swedish Nessie enthusiast who intended to drop a 6-meter trap into Loch Ness to capture the creature. Although they confirmed these weren't rules for an official policy on Nessie itself, they did make it clear that they did have a duty to protect the known from those pursuing the unknown. They also made it clear these rules were partly serious but partly fun, but it remains to be dusted off should Nessie ever be discovered. Each of the 4 incidents here show different levels of authority directly and indirectly protecting the Loch Ness monster. Each can be argued that the actions taken were for different reasons. Maybe the Scottish Natural Heritage Group putting out those code of practices were to stop people from destroying natural habitats, from traps such as a 6-meter large cage dredging the floor there. But in every case, it was made clear that the Loch Ness monster was considered. And even in the Chief Constable's case, it was to be completely and directly protected. What do you guys think? I feel as if having authorities go out of their way to protect the beast is the best evidence there is that Nessie may have been real. If anything, let's take a cryptid clue.